It's Phyllis here, and I wanted to talk today about something that people always ask me about. How do you keep track of the leads? How do you not lose track of what's going on? Because as I've always told my students, the most important thing is in the follow-up. You have to keep at these people over and over again because they're in such la-la land. They don't want to sell you their house. They want you to fix the problem. And so you have to go through the exercise of have you done this, have you done that, and what's going on, until they finally realize, uh-oh, the bank's going to take my house, so maybe I better listen to what you're saying. So it's a continuing saga. So this is how I keep track. It's not very technologically astute. It's just kind of something that I've always done, and it works. I use a bunch of plain manila folders. And what I do is I have 31 of them. And each one of them is marked from 1 to 31, obviously for each day of the month. Then I have 12 more that are marked from January to December. And when I talk to somebody on the phone or out in the field or whatever they say to me, I write notes, and the more personal the better, whatever they said, whatever I say, and I put it on a piece of paper. And then I stick it somewhere, like for example, today is the 6th. So I would take it and say, I decided that I have to talk to them next week. So I would take 7 days and put it in the 13th. And then I train myself to every day I look at the folders, and depending on that day, and then I look at every single piece of paper in there, and I do something with every page. Either I call them, I visit them, or I decide I want to put it a couple of days ahead, or maybe even to next month. So this way, if you get in the habit of every day looking at the date that comes up, it's like a electronic folder, but it isn't. It's just the old-fashioned way, but it really works, because then you could write unlimited notes on the pages, and it is so important to write personal notes about what they said and what you said to them, and what you're going to say to them in the future, and maybe what kind of material you left in the door so you'll remember, so that you have to leave something different the next week, or anything, or like I just talked to the trustee and you're still scheduled for sale in 5 days, so you better do something. So that's how it is. Just every day, get used to picking up the papers from that day and physically moving, either doing something about it or moving them forward. That way, you'll never lose contact, because trust me, the fortune is in the follow-up.